BFFs, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Shalitha Maxine and you are officially a BFF. So today, as you guys can see, I'm bringing you this bomb ombre cut crease with a connected liner. We have some rhinestones going on, we have some glitter going on. This eye look is so bomb. This is one of my most loyal clients. If you guys follow me on my Instagram page, you know that I just recently announced that I will be moving out of state. So I just had to get my girl in my chair. We've never done a tutorial before, but again, if you follow me, you see that I've done her makeup so many times that it was only right. Also, if she looks familiar to you, it's because Kiki Adams has done plenty of makeup tutorials with her. Shout out to Kiki. So yeah, let's just jump right into this tutorial. So I've already cleaned off her face as well as cleaned up her brows, and now I'm using some Giovanni facial mist to go ahead and bring that moisture back to her face. Priming her, of course, because she does get oily in her T-zones. Now I'm using the MAC eyebrow pencil in the shade Onyx, and I'm using Onyx on the tail but Mocha in the front so the brows are not as harsh. So sometimes Onyx can be a little bit too harsh in the front. That's why I opted to use the Mocha in the front. And I'm imitating hair-like strokes in the beginning so the brows are not as boxy. So yeah guys, like I said before, I am moving out of state and I will be vlogging that entire process. I'm so excited. I wanted to give you guys a life update, but so much has been going on and happened so fast. So please look out for a few more story times and some vlogging, definitely. Carving out her brows, you guys already know I'm using e.l.f. concealers and my Max Precision 721 brush. I found that using the tip of the Max Precision brush, you can get straighter lines. I like to use the flat side to draw out my first carved line, and then I'll clean it up with the tip of the brush. Since the brush is on an angle and it's not like flat, it really helps with straightening out those like little imperfections around the brow. Throughout this tutorial, you'll see me have already done certain steps. I will show you the original step, but then with the other side, I will have already completed that just so this tutorial wasn't too long. I did want to give you guys a nice size tutorial, but I couldn't do it too long. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to save it. So yes, going to base her eyes, I am using the P.Louise Rumor Base in the shade 0.5 and blending that in with my M504 brush. I did apply some shadow to the inner corner just so I could have a guide as to how far to take the cut crease. This is a crease shadow that we are packing, and so sometimes with large lid space, right, we can go overboard. We'll bring the cut crease way too high because we feel like, well, we have the room, so why not? It's important to have a great balance between the eyebrow and the actual cut crease. So by doing that, it helps me to know where to stop, because sometimes I get carried away. I am using the brown shade from the Zulu palette from Juvia's Place, and I'm applying it with the M433 brush, tapping that product into the crease until it picks up the intensity that I need it to have. Using a brown shadow, I am just lightly diffusing the outer corners because it's a little bit too harsh, and I did go back in with the Signature Drip palette, the Mocha shade, to deepen up that crease. Now I'm using the 319 brush from the Max Blend set to go ahead and diffuse those edges as well. I picked up my Max Precision 721 brush as well as that P.Louise Rumor Base, and now I'm carving out her cut crease. This is an extended cut crease, so you'll see me like really taking my time. When it comes to doing cut creases, you want to make sure you go as slow as possible. I've done probably thousands of cut creases, and each and every time I'm going to take my time because it's very easy to mess up. And when you're dealing with matte shadows, you see everything. So take your time, don't rush. I do a method of both stamping as well as dragging. You'll see me like alternate between both. I mostly do stamping to just kind of repair any edges that are a little bit more jagged than the rest, because the cut crease is supposed to be smooth. Once that is complete, then I'll go ahead and fill in the cut crease with the same brush. I often get asked, how do you get your cut creases so sharp? And as you can see, I like to use my pinky as an anchor. This helps me to keep my hand as still as possible. If I do not have anything to rest my hand on, I get really shaky, and the lines start looking extremely messy. So I like to use my pinky to go ahead and rest on my client's face, and then I'll fix whatever I need to fix freehand. Now I'm going to tap some excessive products off with that M504 brush and just fix up anything that I need to fix up regarding the outer portion of the cut crease. You see it's open cut crease. So yeah, I want you to pay attention to how high it is. Cut creases, you should want to see it when your client has their eyes open. That's how you know it's high enough, and that's what I just showed you guys. Now to go ahead and drag out, tap away any excessive product from the edges, I am using a smudge brush to do that. I did her second cut crease off camera. I'm going back in with the Signature Drip palette, and I'm using the shades Nude, Pure, Mocha, and I can't remember the other shade, but I'll leave it down below in the order that I applied it as well. This was originally supposed to be like a brown to beige to white ombre, but I did want to match her outfit, so I did use the warm burgundy shades. And each time I dip into another color, I am picking up a new brush. You never want to use the same brush for 3 different colors, because you'll end up getting one color. So it's very important, anytime you dip into another color, you use a brand new brush. I am now using the 319 brush from the Max Blend set. And I'm sorry, this is a 208 brush for the Max Blend set to apply the Pure shade from the Signature Drip palette. The Pure shade is like literally the best white that I've used. It shows up so nice, not only on camera but in person, and it's not patchy. Signature Drip palettes will be coming back in February. It was supposed to come back in January, but I want to wait because I have so much more in store. So I'm going to put all of them on the site when everything gets here. Now I am going back in with a clean blending brush just to diffuse any edges that I see, using that smudge brush again to fill in any gaps on the cut crease. So because we are doing a connected liner, I wanted to clean up as much fallout as possible so it would not distract me. Doing a connected liner can be a little tricky, so anything that is not supposed to be there, I like to kind of get rid of before I start it, especially when it comes to connected liners. I am using the white liner today. We did not use any black liner, and I'm going back and forth between the Playing in Makeup by Yolando white liner as well as the NYX white liner. Both of them cracked, but I realized when I use both of them together, they last a little bit longer. Like, all white liners cracked for some reason. I can't take it. But using both, I like the brush from Playing in Makeup by Yolando, so I am using the brush. But dipping into both, I guess it helps the consistency of the liner. I am taking my sweet time applying this. I am not rushing. Like I said, we're dealing with mattes and we're dealing with white liner. Both of those things show imperfections so badly. So I'm taking my time. I am dragging this liner all the way out in her inner corner, and I did make the lower liner a lot thicker because we're going to be adding glitter later. I am using this Max Air mini fan that will be coming to MaxLuxe Studio very shortly to speed up the drying process. I did use a few coats to get the liner nice and thick, so it was taking a lot longer to dry. I applied Max Hold to her liner, and I am now applying the Glacier glitter from MaxLuxe Studios with a small eyeliner brush. I also want to say that I hear that Suva, I think it's called Suva Beauty, they have the water activated white liner. A lot of people telling me that's a good alternative. I haven't tried it yet, but I just wanted to put that in the air. You do not need a liquid white liner to achieve this. I hear the Suva Beauty liners are really, really good, and I'll probably bring it to the channel soon. Now it's time for the very trendy rhinestones, and I'm using Max Hold as the adhesive for that. I do get my rhinestones eBay, Etsy, Amazon, everywhere. Anywhere I see rhinestones, I'm like, okay, I'll grab it. Rhinestones are generally like very, very inexpensive. So as long as they're cosmetic grade, then you'll be fine wherever you get them from. I did apply 10 rhinestones to each lid, and now I'm wiping off any glitter fallout with a spoolie. Using calamine lotion, like a very thin layer all over her face. And now I'm using the, I'm using the black Opal foundation sticks in the shade Hazlenut and Truly Topaz, and then I'm using Tahoe right in the center of her face. Sorry, the Tahoe is from NARS All Day Luminous Foundation. I am now cleaning up her wing liner with that foundation, and I'm applying that with the Max Precision as well. Now you guys already know how I tap in the foundation with my Instapop Real Techniques brush, and I'm bringing that foundation all the way down. Her face is about a shade or two darker than the rest of her body, so I wanted to go ahead and bring that down to her neck. Not much, but just bring it down to her neck so it does not look like a mask. Highlighting, of course, going super bright directly under the eye, and then getting about a shade or two darker on the outer corner so it's just easier to blend. By the way, I am not using a gang of concealer. I literally roll one side on my hand and I pick it up. This e.l.f. concealer is just extremely thick, extremely full coverage, so it looks like a lot more than what it is. Now I'm spraying her face with Morphe Continuous Setting Mist to refresh it, and I'm blending it out with the Real Technique setting brush as well as the Max Blur from MaxLuxe Studios. Contouring her with beautiful bronze from the black Opal foundation sticks and Hazelnut right on the bridge of her nose. And I'm sorry guys, we were talking throughout this entire tutorial. I haven't seen her in a while, so we had a lot of catching up to do. Whenever she's in my chair, like, we always map out at least 3-4 hours because we talk so much. I'm blending in her contour with an angled fluffy brush. And with the forehead contour, I'm using the Max Blur because I didn't apply that much cream contour to it. Now I'm buffing out her cheek contour with Max Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Sun Power. I don't know why I always say Skinneralized. I don't know why I always say that. And buffing her nose contour with a blending brush. I did want to make her under eyes a little bit brighter. We both love bright under eyes, not like ashy bright, but just a little bit brighter. So I am using Laura Mercier concealer to apply that. I let it sit for about maybe 3 minutes while I did something, and then I went ahead and blended it out. As I always say, the longer you let your concealer sit, the better coverage you'll have. Now I am setting her under eye with Derma Blend in the shade Original, which is like a translucent powder, completely universal from the fairest of skin to the deepest of skin. I really, really love this setting powder, and I'm applying that with a damp beauty blender. We are snatching her cheeks. I like to bake the cheek contour all the time, especially when it comes to like extremely dramatic eyes. I like to have the contour stand out a little bit more. Now I'm filling in her waterline with NARS eyeliner in the shade Gran Via. Deepening up that cheek contour, I am using Fenty Beauty's bronzer in the shade Mocha Mami, and I'm applying it with a huge fluffy brush. Now I'm using Laura Mercier's blush in the shade Grapefruit for blush, and now cleaning off her lips. Y'all know I do not apply any lip products to any type of residue on the lips. And I'm using the Shanice lashes. I love these lashes. These are my personal fave. I love how fluffy they are and how they extend on the outer corner. It always gives my clients that sexy look. And because we did a dragged out liner, it was only right to use those lashes. Now I'm dusting away any like excessive powder that we have on her face. I'm not using any other product, just whatever's left on my foundation brush. I wish that I can really zoom in and show you guys how I connect that drags liner, but my phone is just, it distorts it when it's too far zoomed in. So if you guys have any suggestions on cameras that's like under $1,000 preferably, please leave them in the comments, because I need a camera. Like, I need a recording camera and I don't know where to go. So if you could help me with that, I would really appreciate it, to get you guys better quality content. Now I'm using the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, I was about to say it again, in the shade Dark Deepest, to just close in any areas that looked a little bit more incomplete. I'm using Chestnut Liner from MAC, and I'm actually using a few different lippies today. These lippies will be dropping very soon. This is the Max Matte and the Max Gloss on top, so look out for that on the site in February. I know it seemed like I'm constantly going back and forth, but her lips have such a prominent line that I wanted to make sure I got them as close as possible. I did apply some mascara to her bottom lashes, and now applying Morphe Setting Mist to refresh her face once more, and applying the Max Glow. This is dropping in February too. This is a loose shimmer highlight for the face and the body. Y'all, this highlight is just woo-cha. If you follow me on Instagram and you know that I post my low light videos and you see the sparkle and the shimmer, like, honestly, this highlight is so bomb. It will be releasing in February as well. I'm applying that to the apples of her cheeks, and I'm using a Real Techniques, I don't know, I think this is a buffer brush, like a large buffer brush from Real Techniques, the old brush. And I'm applying that right to the apples of her cheeks. Finishing her off with Lancome Fix It and Forget It setting spray. And because this is a more direct setting spray and it's not continuous like the Morphe, I am going to press that in with the foundation brush, just so no water beads dry on her beautiful face. And this is the completed look. Wow, I feel like it took us forever to get here. Usually my tutorials are about, 13 minutes long, so this one feel like it took us a while to get here, but we are completed. She just gives me everything I need and more. I'm going to miss her face. Whatever makeup artist gets her, y'all are so lucky, because literally everything that you need in a muse, she provides. So I'm definitely gonna miss her. I thank her so much for doing this tutorial with me. If you guys lasted this long, thank you so much. Do not forget to subscribe, like this, and if you decide to recreate this look, please tag me at Caked by Max on Instagram. And I will see you guys in the next one. Oh, by the way, look out for some story times, vlogging, and more client tutorials. And I'll see you guys then. Bye.